Hi, so how do you come up with a solution that your potential customers are happy to pay for? That will be our focus in this video. I want you to remember that people don't buy products or services, they buy solutions to their problems. My name is Dotai and I share insights that help young people build businesses around their gift and passion. Previously in our video, we talked about 3 boxes you need to tick to build a thriving business. And these 3 boxes we discussed about came from a quote by Paul Graham, which says, if you find something broken that you can fix, for a lot of people, you have found a gold mine. If you find something broken that you can fix, for a lot of people, you found a gold mine. So box number 1 was you find something broken. And box number 2, you can fix. And box number 3, for a lot of people, we discussed extensively on box number 1, you find something broken, which was talking about identifying a problem. You can actually see the video on the link below. Alright, now today we'll be talking about you can fix, and what we are saying is, how do you come up with that solution that your potential customer is happy to pay for? Yes, that's the question. The answer to that is simple. What do? You simply ask questions. You simply ask questions. And why are you asking the questions? You are asking the questions to extract enough information that will help you create that solution. Now, who are you going to be asking this question? I tell you the truth, is the potential customer. And if you already have a customer that is happy also, you could actually ask the questions. So what questions will you be asking? The best way I can explain the questions you will be asking is to share a story to you that I love so much. It's an ancient story from the Bible about a man that wanted to eat, and he decided to send his son on an errand to bring food for him. So what does the story simply say? Alright, it simply says, now therefore, take I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me some savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee. Now this was the man called Isaac telling his son to prepare something for him. When you read this, it looks like there is no business lesson to it. But I tell you, if you want to create a solution, you need to follow this story. Now, so I want you to look at this story from 2 perspectives. One, the person that had a need, the person that had a problem, the person that had a desire, and you also see the person that was to bring the solution. Now, the person that had a desire can be seen as your potential customer. Now, the person that actually was paying attention to the request is the business owner. So look at it from this perspective. The business owner was paying attention to the person that had the problem. And what was he saying? He said, 1, go to the field. In other words, there is something I'm looking for. Go to the field, take your bow, arrows and whatever, and take me some venison. Take me what? Some venison. And make me a savory meat. Now, when you look at this, the information that is needed to create the solution is already spelled out clearly. Now, the man is hungry, but he's not hungry for any other. He's not looking for fried rice. He's not looking for rice and stew. He's not looking for Ghanaian soup or whatever other food. There is something he's looking for. So many entrepreneurs miss it when they want to create solutions. How do they miss it? They create solutions in isolation. They do not involve the people they are creating the solution for. So they create something at the end of the day that people don't buy. So I don't want you to create something that at the end of the day you spend money, time, energy and resources into putting everything together, and then there are no sales. People buy solutions. I repeat, people don't buy products or services, they buy solutions to their problems. So when you want to create solutions to their problems, you have to bring them in. So what are the questions that you should ask that will help you create that amazing solution that the customer, the potential customer, is happy to pay for? Now, from this story that I was able to extract a lot of information, and I was able to extract these information through the questions I will be sharing. You can also check for these questions on the link below. I have created a template that will help you, just use this question template to ask and generate your solution. So the questions, I'll just read them from my screen here. The question is, number 1, from the story that we just read, what problem is the client hungry to solve? That's the first question you must answer. What problem is the client hungry to solve? Then the second one is, what does the client consider a solution? What does the client consider a solution? Number three, what ingredients should be used in preparing the solution? And number four, how does the client want the solution prepared? Not how you want the solution to be prepared. How does the client want the solution to be prepared? This again is where we all make mistakes. We try to make it the way we want. And then number five is, is there any brand or quality material specifically desired by the client? Is there something specific that the client is looking for? And number six, what special feature is the client craving for? Now, number five and number six looks like the same thing, but they are not the same thing. We'll get to see when we now x-ray the answers through these questions, through the story we just read. And number seven, how does he want to get the product or the service? Many times we think of how the person wants. You should ask the question, do you want home delivery? Do you want to come to my place? Do you want to pick it at the shopping mall? There need to be that asking of questions. All right. Then number 8 is, how fast should this be? So when we look at the story we just read, the man said, go to the field, bring me venison, prepare savory meat for me so that I may eat, such as I love, and all the stories and all that. So let's backplay these questions through that story. Question number 1 is what? What problem is the client hungry to solve? What problem is the client hungry to solve? And when we look at that story again, we find out that the man had a food craving. The man had a food craving. Now, as a business owner, somebody just told you, I'm hungry. Do you just rush immediately? He said, I'm hungry, to go and bring food? Now, we know that there is fried rice, there is rice and stew, there is lots of thousands of different delicacies. But so you need to stay back to ask question number 2. So question number 2 was, what does the client consider a solution? In this case, the man specifically said, I want specially prepared savory meat. Specially prepared savory meat. So there is a clear cut what the client considers a solution. He didn't consider gari and soup solution. He didn't consider rice and stew solution. He didn't consider your sweet beans solution. He considered a solution. What he considered as a solution was what? Savory meat, specially prepared. All right. So number 3 question that I said you should ask when you look at this question, this story, is what should be used in preparing the solution. Now the man specifically said he needs his own savory meat to be prepared with what? Venison specially from the field. Venison specially from the field. Venison specially from the field. So I did a little research on what venison is, and I found out that he was talking about deer meat. And as you can see here, there are some advantages that the deer meat has, that the man knew what he was looking for. Listen, one of the things we need to understand as business owners today is that the new potential customer knows exactly what they want. They are clear on what they want. Social media, internet has made it easy for them to actually know, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. This is exactly what I want. So you need to actually pay attention to these questions to help you create a solution that the client will be happy to pay for. Listen, it is sweet when the client is happy to pay for a product or a service. He gladly tells others about it. So you get referrals from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. So question number 5 is, question number 4, how does the client want the solution prepared? How does the client want, not how do you want it prepared. You may have loved your savory meat prepared, this way, and the client says, this is how I want it. So who is paying? He, the client, the potential customer is the one that will pay. So how do you do it? You create it the way he wants it, not the way you actually want it. And question number 5, any brand quality material specially desired by the client. Here, the client specifically said he wants his own savory meat prepared from what? Venison, specially from the field. Now, when you're talking about savory meat, the man was literally asking for pepper soup. And you could use chicken to do pepper soup, you could use goat meat to do pepper soup, you could do cow meat, you could use any other meat. So this man was specifically requesting for venison, especially from the field. That means he wanted bush meat. He wanted to eat pepper soup that is coming from the bush. And specifically, venison now talks about deer. So he's saying, look, I don't even want deer that you have caught and kept, and reared and gave it, domesticated it. I want the one that is jumping around the bush. So you see, the more questions you ask, the better solution you create. The less questions you ask, the less of a better solution you create. Now, number 6 question from this story we extracted was, what special feature is the client craving for? What special feature is the client craving for? In this case, he said, such as I love. So when, not as you, the business owner, not as you, that the one that is great, such as I love. What it means is that he probably has been eating from this very, very restaurant. And so there have been some corrections. Okay, don't do it this way, do it this way. So until they both know what the client loves. So in other words, in the case of a client, a potential customer, what do? You ask, how do you love it? Many times we create what we love and expect the people to understand with us. And so in this case that you are looking for, you want to create for a potential customer, you ask, what exactly do you love? How do you want it? You ask. And question number 7 is, how does he want to get the product or service? How does he want to get the product or service? You see, delivery is crucial. How does the client want the delivery? Some clients love home delivery. Some clients want to come to the place and pick it. Some clients want, however, how does the client want the product or service to be delivered? This also has to be answered. And in this our story, he said, bring it to me. That means home delivery. And lastly, how fast should this take? Now, when you start from the beginning of that story to read, you find out that he said now, that he wants it instant. He wants an instant creation. So you see, the reason why you will have a better solution, a solution that the client is happy to pay for, is because you have been able to come to work in partnership with the person you are creating the solution for. And that way, you will always create something that the partner is happy for. I will leave a link to this solution creating template on the description below. So you just click download and then you use it to build your own solution. I'd like to hear from you if you found value. I would like to hear if you have a question, and I'll also like to hear how have you been creating your solution that the clients are happy to pay for. So if you found value in this, I would love you to like, share and comment. Thank you.